Hello, ladies and gentlemen. What a magnificent start to the T20 Women's World Cup. Riding on the brilliance of spinner Poonam Yadav and his impeccable wrong ones, India toppled Australia, the defending champions, by a conducive victory. In fact, it's 17 runs, but with the way they fought back after scoring 132 by batting first, it shows that India is on verge of something special in this particular event. You can ask your questions on the chat box and we'll be replying it shortly. But before talking about anything else, we'll talk about the brilliance of Shikha Pandey and, of course, Poonam Yadav. Brilliant, brilliant spell. He missed his hat-trick, but with the way he bowled, it shows that the youngster has a lot of confidence in her. And in future, for sure, she'll definitely achieve some attractive milestones in her cricketing career as well. But Harmanpreet Kaur, we have to talk about her captaincy as well. Brilliant, brilliant bowling changes, field settings, with the way she almost strangulated the Australian batting lineup when they were chasing those total. And then, especially when Gardner was batting, we all talk about game changers. Gardner is a kind of a game changer for Australia. He scored a lot of runs in domestic cricket, made a few hundreds as well. So it was really, really tough. And with the way she was batting, it shows that Indian bowling lineup has that depth which is very much needed in World Cups to achieve something special. Dipti Sharma batted really well. 49, it might be 46 ball 49, but at the depth when India was losing wickets in regular intervals, Dipti Sharma's knock really made a very, very useful contribution. With Harmanpreet Kaur, he threw his wicket away by a rash shot, but at the same time, we all know that what she is capable of, and as the tournament progresses, we are sure that we'll be certainly having some really, really good performances from the Indian captain as well. Smriti Mandhana, we have to talk about her as well, because she is also a kind of a player who is very, very much destructive on the top of the batting order. And then we are having questions. Yes. You can throw your questions here, as I mentioned, but I mean, what fantastic batting performance by Dipti Sharma. We were talking about the bowling performances of Poonam as well as Shikha Pandey. Shikha Pandey as well, we will talk about Dipti Sharma for sure, but Shikha Pandey, yes, she is a paceman, and more importantly, when Gardner was going all guns blazing, bowling the 17th and the 20th over shows that she has a lot of quality in her. She has that variety to trouble any kind of a batting order, and beating Australia at their own den in Sydney is not a matter of joke, and especially in the opening game of the T20 World Cup. Who will win, India versus New Zealand? Question from Killer King. Yes, Srini Manoj, what a match. Absolutely. This is an absolute delight. I'm sure that we all talk about the men's cricket. Women's cricket has come a long way as well. That is the reason why everyone, I believe everyone who loves cricket, they watched the game in eager eyes, especially when India was bowling so well and Poonam Yadav was bowling so well. And talking about India versus New Zealand, yes, India has a very, very good chance of beating New Zealand as well. New Zealand is a top side, no doubt about it. But at the same time, if India can maintain the form which they had shown today in against Australia at Sydney, I believe that they have a very, very good chance. And I mean, compared to the group which India in at the moment, it's a very, very difficult group. So if, I mean, despite that particular win, that's a very, very significant win. That is the reason why I'm saying, because Australia, they will make a comeback for sure. It's their own soil, and more importantly, they know that they are one of the contenders for this tournament as well. So they will definitely fight back in this particular tournament. But at the same time, India, after that lovely victory which they had today, I am sure that other teams would be having tough times while facing them as well, and it's a big, big motivational thing, and that will work as a very, very good entity against New Zealand as well. Questions are coming in. Killer King, today Poonam bowling is very good. Yeah, she bowled really well, and more importantly, the way she was bowling those wrong runs, and it shows that she has a lot of confidence, and she was bowling very, very slow, and she was giving a lot of light in the air, and that was foxing the opposition batsman to a great extent, and that shows that confidence in her. It's never easy to bowl in the T20 International. It's very tough, because you know it pretty well that the bowlers will go, the batsmen will go all guns blazing against you, and that is the reason why it's very, very difficult. And that is why Poonam did an exceptional job, and she gave the faith to the entire Indian fielding side or the bowling side as well, that yes, She is there to deliver the goods, and the others should need to chip in and to help her. And that is what exactly the others did as well. Deepti Sharma, she also bowled well. Yeah, she didn't take any wicket, but at the same time, the way she bowled, especially on the 19th over, I would say, that was really, really good. And also, the opening spell, it was never easy to start off with a spinner. Harmanpreet Kaur exactly did that, and the bowlers responded in flying colours. Questions are coming. Killer King, dear sir, I'm very big fan of you and love your passion. Thank you so much. Thank you so very much. Ansh Hati, how would you assess India's innings in Test versus New Zealand? Well, that's what we exactly discussed in our earlier show, but this show is entirely about Indian women's team performance. We all talk about the Indian men's team performances. Today is something which will give a lot of vigor to the Indian cricket fans as well, who loves cricket irrespective of any gender, and that is the reason why hats off to the Indian women's team. They have united the entire nation with the way they have performed today. Coming back to India's performance today, did India should worry about the finishers? Abhilash Ghosh, that's a very, very good question. I firmly believe that, I mean, with the batting prowess we have, especially Harmanpreet Kaur, she's a fantastic player. And if she can maintain the form and reputation which she has, India should not have to worry about it, because she's a kind of a batsman who can explode herself right at the death. And Deepti Sharma, yes, she's a fantastic cricketer. So it's just an off day, and more importantly, yeah, more games to play, the more Indian team will play over there in such conditions. Remember, Australian conditions are always difficult compared to the subcontinental conditions. So it's never easy to go in there and to play your shots wherever you like to play. So that is the reason why I'll say that, you know, the Indian batting department too did well today. Another thing, Deepa Karmakar is asking, Jimem's run out are absolutely gorgeous. Yes, I mean, you don't find too many players. I mean, the men's cricket team will also envy with the way Jemima was throwing all the ball, all the throws, and right from the boundary line. And I mean, two of those throws were absolutely gemmed, to be precise. And we have to talk about the wicket keeper as well. Absolutely brilliant. The stumping which she did right at their death, in fact, I mean, that was absolutely meticulous, and that shows it's a combined team performance. Yes, Poonam Yadav, she laid the way by taking 4 wickets, crucial times. Shikha Pandey bowled exceptionally well with a new ball, as well as at the death. She bowled a couple of overs in the earlier spell. Then Harmanpreet Kaur kept her till the end, and that is the reason why we got the answer why she was kept till the end, because her bowling right at the death is absolutely brilliant. We all talk about the Indian batting prowess over the years in you know, women's cricket as well as men's cricket. We don't talk too much about Indian bowling, but thankfully, let it be Indian men's team, let it be Indian women's team, the bowling department is having a golden time, and perhaps for the first time ever, both the bowling lineups are really, really good, and that's a Milky Way in terms of the Indian cricket fans as well. Shubham Kumar is asking a question. Poonam Yadav showed a great gesture today. Yes, in fact, it's not just about the gesture. She fought by keeping the eyes on eyes, and that is what's very, very much important as well. Because when you're playing against Australia and New Zealand and teams like them who has the reputation of outsmarting subcontinental teams, and yesterday, I mean, Indian cricket great. In fact. Mithali Raj also told on different media channels, in fact, on media as well, that Australia was the favourite. And yes, I mean, compared to the prowess which they have, they are the defending champions. Yes, they were favourites, but at the same time, don't take India away from being the favourites, because on their own day, if they can maintain their composure, India can beat any team on their given day, and that is the power and that is the strength the Indian cricket team has. Let it be in men's cricket, let it be in women's cricket, and that is what exactly they had shown today. They had shown that cricket is not played on paper, cricket is not played on words, it's played on the ground, and that is what Harmanpreet Kaur's team did exceptionally well. Avilash, did Peach play a crucial role for Poonam Pandey? Yes, I mean, Poonam Yadav, it's not Poonam Pandey. Just a correction for you. Yes, Poonam Yadav, yes, she bowled really well, but I mean, yes, the pitch helped her to some extent, especially when she was bowling at the fag end. We saw the balls were keeping low a little bit. But at the same time, don't take anything away from him, because it's not just about the regular spin which she was doing. She was exceptionally doing well in terms of the balls which she was flighting over there. At the same time, the way she was bowling those run-ons, especially the one which took the outside edge, and the wicketkeeper took a very, very good catch, sharp catch, I would say. But it shows that she has that confidence in bowling those run-ons. I mean, you won't find too many bowlers who can bowl run-ons in such composure, in such a trajectory. And that is what she exactly did. Questions are coming in. Moiz Mandalewala, she is asking a question. Shikha Pandey, Deepti Sharma's contribution are also equal to Poonam's. Absolutely. I mean, taking nothing away from them, because it's combined team performance. The wicketkeeper did exceptionally well. Jemima's throw-ins were absolutely brilliant, as I mentioned. Shikha Pandey bowled two very, very good bowlers right with the new ball. And then at the fag end of the innings, when Gardner was going all guns blazing, she kept India on the right track, and bowling the 17th and the 20th over is never easy against Australia on their den. And more importantly, she did exceptionally well. I mean, getting rid of Gardner with that surprise delivery was also very, very important. And yes, Deepti Sharma's contribution was very important, not just with a bat in hand, but also with a ball in hand. 17 runs, 4 overs she bowled. She did a very, very good job indeed. And that is what I'm saying. It's heartening to see that everyone chipped in. And when you are trying to win a World Cup, it's important not to rely on a particular individual, but to chip in with a team performance, a collaborative attempt. And that is what India did on the first game of the T20 Women's World Cup. Question. Prediction for the India Test match? Well, we'll talk about tomorrow as well. We had a discussion show in the afternoon, which we did with Debashish Datta. We'll certainly do it with tomorrow as well. And more importantly, Shubham Kumar is asking question. The three pairs of spin bowling is doing well in overseas conditions. Yes, of course. And that is what I exactly said. India is rated to be one of the finest batting oriented teams over the years. We had some outstanding batsmen over the years. Let it be in Test men's cricket, let it be in women's cricket. We had cricketers like Mithali Raj. We had cricketers like Anjum Sharma. We had outstanding cricketers, Sachin Tendulkar, Saurav Ganguly, Virendra Sehwag, Virat Kohli. But now, perhaps for the first time, we are having bowling lineups which can threaten any kind of a batting attack. Let it be in men's cricket, let it be in women's cricket. And that is a milky way, as I mentioned, for Indian cricket. Question. Top 4 batsmen and need to be more consistent in the upcoming matches. What's your thought? Devaditya Bhanja, absolutely right you are. But that's what I exactly said. In fact, the opening stand was not that bad. 43 runs in about 4 overs. I mean, that's really good. But then, the moment India lost the wicket of Smriti Mandhana, I mean, things started to become a bit tough for the Indians. That is why India have to be wary from the next game onwards. I'm sure there'll be a lot of reassessment about their performance. There'll be a lot of revert about their performance in the dressing room. And it's just a fantastic start. Take nothing away from Australia. They are a champion side. So it's never easy to score runs against them, especially after that pressure which they created. But India did exceptionally well. It's a game where you cannot win all the games through your talent. But you need to have some proper psychological things as well. And that is what India did remarkably well. They played with a lot of courage. They played with a lot of fire. And if they can maintain this, I mean, good things are waiting for the Indian team in future as well as in this T20 Women's World Cup. Sharnadi Bakchi, please discuss about the Test versus New Zealand. We definitely discussed about it in the afternoon, as I mentioned, with Debashish Datta. We'll certainly do it tomorrow as well after the stumps. So we'll talk about it. But right now, let's enjoy and talk about the Indian women's team's fantastic performance against Australia in the opening game. Questions are coming in. Kunal Kashyap, but I don't think this win curtains a failure in accelerating towards the end. No, not at all. I mean, as I mentioned, you cannot have every box ticked. But at the same time, to win a particular game, as I mentioned, you need to play something better than the opposition team. Australia, champion side, defending champions, playing at their home territory, never easy first game of the tournament. And that is why I'm giving a lot of impetus to the Indian cricket team, because Harmanpreet Kaur's team did remarkably well, scoring 132 runs batting first, then to defend that against the defending champions, really, really tough. Give the due credit to them. They are the champion team, remember, Australia. So India, they have shown that they have the fire, they have the balls to fight against them. And then poor shot selection by Harmanpreet Santoni. Yes, it happens at times, but we all know what Harmanpreet Kaur is capable of in limited overs format. She has the talent to hit the ball to the distance wherever she wants to. But at the same time, she is the captain of the side. She perhaps will understand why this is very important for her to really stay at the wicket and to move the ball around with ones and twos at the early part of the innings, and then to hit those balls to the boundaries. So at the end of the day, it's important for her to get back into the runs as well, because if a captain starts scoring runs, it gives a lot of confidence to the entire team, and that is what India would be looking as well. Harmanpreet Kaur, if she gets some quick fire runs, even if it's 30, 40 in T20 internationals, those runs are very, very crucial as well. If she can do that, of course, you never know. I mean, India has the power to outsmart any team who are available in business. Next question. Manisha Jagwani, India will get out for 157. You're talking about the test match, as I mentioned. Yeah, we'll definitely talk about the test match. But tomorrow, we already discussed about the test match today. India definitely didn't have a good start in the test match against New Zealand, 122 for 5. But we will always hope that they'll be doing well tomorrow in the early morning. Rishabh Pant and Ajinkya Rahane, they'll be playing a very, very good hand with a bat as well. But let's talk about the Indian women's team's perspective. Yes, Shikha Pandey. Yes, of course. I mean, Shikha Pandey. We are talking a lot about Poonam Jadhav. Yes, she bowled exceedingly well, but at the same time, Shikha Pandey, she showed that after Jhulan Goswami, India has someone whom we can rely on, and bowling with the new ball, bowling at the death, it shows that she has a lot of quality in her. And that's quite a very, very good advertisement for Indian cricket as well, especially if it comes in terms of women's cricket. Well, that's all from the show. We'll definitely come tomorrow, and we'll talk about the India versus New Zealand first test, second day, and hope we'll come out with some good news for you as well if India bats well and bowls well. Thanks for joining us.